Welcome to this week's episode. Today is mistakes. Now, I don't want to dwell on this, but there's some freaking mistakes going down. I bumped into a friend of mine the other day, that same friend, and he said to me, why is it that you Aikido guys always take so long to learn a technique? I mean, it's rubbish anyway, right? And I said to him, what are you talking about? We've been over this already in that you thought Aikido was bullshit. It looks easy. Why is it taking you so long? And I said, well, because there's some mistakes going down. So we're going to be addressing that today. Now, I don't want you newbie Aikido people to start to get complex. You're making too many mistakes. I'm going to tell you the top 5 mistakes that newbies always make. And the reason I know this is because these are the mistakes that I made for years until someone said, hey, listen, Jason, you're making that mistake. And best of all, as requested by you, the subscribers, I'm gonna do all these in slow motion. Now, I'd reached a point in my Aikido that I thought I was pretty good. I was going through techniques and I was doing the movements and it seemed really, really good. And most of the time people were going down. And my teacher said to me one day, Jason, why are you looking at the floor? I didn't even know I was looking at the floor. Yeah, why are you looking at your hands? Because I was looking at the movement. No, son, don't look at the floor and don't look at your hands. Okay, let's go through this in slow motion.
Tenshinagi. Now, this is actually the way I teach it. My left foot comes out and my left arm connects at the same place as where my foot is. And so obviously in the beginning, everyone is concentrating on that hand. But the problem begins to crop up when you've gone past that stage and you're still looking at the hand, because then you miss what the rest of the body is supposed to do. As you can see, my right hand is supposed to be going over and I'm supposed to be readjusting myself. My hips should be past his hips at this point. But because I'm solely concerned with the hand, I'm not thinking about anything else. And of course, Azu takes me down because it just becomes a struggle at that point. Right, let's have a look and see how it's supposed to be done. Left hand, right foot, yes, but I'm not watching it. My right hand, right the way over him. Now, what's important about this is the placement of where I am in relation to where he is. Once again, have a look at where my hips are. Look, through right the way past him. It's one of the reasons that he collapses in this technique in the first place.
You've been doing Aikido for a little while, or you just started, and you're kind of feeling quite confident, your adrenaline's pumping, you do something, and nothing works. And then you do it again, and nothing works again. And you keep on doing it, and it keeps not working. And so you get to the point where you say, F it. And you just struggle to get this person down because you say to yourself, I'm not leaving this training session, this dojo, without someone going down. And then you force them down. Big mistake.
I'm not going to go into the intricacies of why this technique isn't working because that's not what I'm here to talk about. What I'm here to talk about is the outcome of that. So I go into a technique, it's not working, Azu gets caught up in me. Now, I'm just interested now in solely trying to pull him down. So it now becomes a WWF wrestling championship as opposed to Aikido. And you know what? Then it just depends on who's strongest. So it just really is a complete and utter waste of time. Let's have a look at what the feet are doing. Now, I've seen this so many times with this technique. The technique doesn't work, and so, okay, let's try tripping them down, all right? Let's go into some judo area. Well, this isn't judo, this is Aikido. So the point I'm trying to make here is that if it doesn't work, then just stop and start again. And for clarity, this is how the technique should actually go. Nice haircut, Jason.
Now, this is actually my favorite one because this is probably the biggest mistake that everybody makes. I've made it numerous times and I continue to make it numerous times. Even now, after training for so many years, I still make this mistake. And it's probably the thing that probably holds you back the most from your Aikido becoming very, very powerful indeed. And that is not completing the movement. Now, I've seen this so many times. You get confident in the fact that you know how to do something, and then you don't complete the whole movement. You've been training with somebody that maybe is weaker than you, and you can just throw them around, and then you try to do the technique up against someone that's bigger and stronger than you, and the technique doesn't work. It's normally because you're not completing the whole movement. So let's take a look at that.
Okay, Sumio Toshi corner drop. Now, when you're first learning how to do this, it's very, very easy to be solely concerned with that shoulder. You align yourself and you position yourself for that top shoulder. And the problem is that by the time you've placed yourself, he's placed himself. And so the technique just will not work. This technique is all about where you are in relation to where he is. This really has to do with confidence. You need to extend yourself past him completely. Look, see where I am? I'm actually completely past him. Have a look again. In extension, right past where he is. You really have to disregard him completely and concentrate on your own movement. You've heard me say that a few times before, actually. I love the way the camera just shakes when Azu falls down.
Now, this is a really controversial area. The styles of Aikido that are based around key styles of Aikido, flowing movement, and therefore internal development, the problem that they have is when they translate to a combat self-defense form, they're not moving fast enough. Yeah, that's right. I said it and I'll say it again. You're not moving fast enough. In a self-defense situation, in a combat situation, when it's real conflict, you need to move as fast as you can. If you don't, it doesn't matter how good your martial art is, you will get hit.
Classic technique, Shianagi, just not moving fast enough. The attack comes round from the side. I'm still here when it gets there, and I just really do not need to be there by the time that attack arrives. I really need to move much faster. There's a whole host of things that can happen to me, as you just saw. Full speed, I'm already gone. Look, the moment that comes round, I'm already moving. I'm not waiting until the technique gets to me.
The number one mistake I have made too many times in my martial arts career, and I see every single day when I look at other people doing Aikido, is they don't move their whole body. You need to move your whole body, even if it's a technique like a wrist turn or a head turn or anything like that. It's not just your hands. Aikido is based around everything moving at the same time. We get so, and I say we because I do this every time I practice. Trust me, my ego is massive, so So really, I think I can do everything until I actually go up against someone and then something doesn't work. You need to move everything. Aikido is a full body movement system. It's not just the hands. I've kind of said this in many, many different videos, but it's the number one mistake that I see all of the time.
I'm gonna just hold it there while I've got the opportunity, so I can just have a rant. Now I've got your attention. The founder of Aikido didn't invent these techniques that we are now calling Aikido techniques. He pulled them from different areas and different martial arts so we could use these techniques to explore what Aikido really was. Now, Aikido is a full movement of everything, which means you can use any techniques from any martial art that you want sitting underneath the Aikido principle. And the Aikido principle is to move everything all at the same time. So let's have a look at how I do this. This is actually a Nikio. It's a wrist lock technique. And even though the focus is on the wrist locking, if you have a look at the way that I do it, I swing from left to right, I draw him back, and then I draw him forward. So I'm moving everything all at the same time.
So there you go. Top 5 mistakes that newbies, people that just started Aikido, and seasoned professionals like me. Top 5 mistakes. Now this isn't really a negative. It's a process and it's a journey, and it's a journey of your development in Aikido. I hope you will take this list and see it as an opportunity to focus in on these aspects and tighten up your Aikido. Get it into shape for the new year. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, enjoy your training, and I'll see you on the next video.